Hello. Okay, so I am back. If you have not checked out the videos that I did on the Saturn transiting Aries, and then I added in how that would be affecting all signs, including Neptune joining Saturn in the sign of Aries. Okay, so I did that. It's time stamped on my channel. Check it out. I also did a video for all signs for June 2025. And I will be doing July as well. You know, Gemini season's a Cancer season. The tricky thing, guys, and I have a lot more time now to actually keep up with these for at least a few months. But the tricky thing about it for me is it's like I'm just trying to figure where I'm going to narrow in on and focus in on when it comes to the content. Like, do I do the monthlies with, including each season? Do I do specific important transits, or do I just incorporate it all when I have the chance to? Okay, so that's where I'm at. Okay, let's get started, guys, because I thought this was pretty interesting. By the way, like, I'm a few days short, of course. A few days short when off with this transit, like actually bringing it out, because and this is Venus transiting the sign of Taurus. Venus started transiting the sign of Taurus June the 6th. And I want to say this, and I'm the type of person, and I've always done this, I like to incorporate everything. Okay. Like how the transits is operating on a whole. I am, as someone that's into astrology, that studies it, that understands energy and look into that constantly on a deeper level. I, know a lot about the signs and placements through study and things I've learned off of other people. And I come across some amazing people that inform me a lot of information, and I got to give my props to them, even though they're not. And I try to push for them to be online and stuff, and it just was not their thing. So, I'm honored to say thank you, especially when I get so much feedback from the viewers saying, "Oh my gosh, you're great," and everything. But so I want to put that out there. I studied astrology. But not only have I studied astrology, I am also an intuitive astrologer. So I really do pick up on energy, and I kind of incorporate it all together. I'm not a person that feels like I'm just stuck to physical form or one way. I tend to evolve, and information that I get evolves with me, or I evolve with the information. So that's important to keep in mind when understanding my approach to this type of information. I am not typically the type of person that I'm a fact-based person. I am more into science. And this is why I started being into astrology, because whether people understand this or can grasp this or not, it is a system. Okay? A system of events playing out in however way, that could be described. And it's multifaceted. And even as someone that's psychology in that field and headed more towards that direction, yeah, there's research, there's study, there's information, there's facts, there's data that explain and encompasses situations and things and events around behavior, mental components, all that, right? But every great researcher knows, and scientist knows, that the goal is to continue to evolve. So whenever there's updated information that's been put out about something, you got to change it. You got to change it to that, so evolve it. And it's so interesting, connecting it all and connecting between both worlds and realms of this, because this is how I see astrology. Putting it plain and simple, this is how I see and view astrology. It evolves, so it's multifaceted, and we're all at particular places for whatever reason, but it's really fluid, So, with that being said, check me out. Stay around a little bit longer. Let me know what you like to hear about, want to hear about. Like, I'm open in that area. So let's get to Venus in Taurus. Let's get to Venus transiting the sign of Taurus. And like I said, it already moved into Taurus on June the 6th. And it will be transiting the sign of Taurus all the way up until July the 4th, where it will move into the sign of Gemini. But it's probably going to do some retrograding back into Taurus as well. But, but this is the focus right now. We're going with this. And I want to say that although we will be receiving some comfort, Taurus is like that relaxation energy, that comfortable energy. Like, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling this so great, and like feeling in my own skin because I'm a Taurus moon. So this is just fabulous for me. So this, even though Venus in Aries, it was more of this, it was hard to get comfortable because it was like, okay, so I got to do this. I have to get this done. I have to charge ahead in this area. I have to be about myself. So Venus does not typically, it's not typically comfortable with Aries, but it can intermingle. It can intermingle because, we got Venus, Aries, Venus, Mars. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot that you can conjure up with that energy. But Venus moving into Taurus, Venus is more at home. Venus is more comfortable. So Venus looking at relationships, looking at love, looking at money, looking at partnerships, and looking at assets and stability. And Taurus, that comfortable, stability, safety, value, worth. We're combining these two together. Venus rules Taurus anyways. So this is its sign. So it's right at home. I want to say with this is where you guys could possibly encounter money and finances at with doing what you're comfortable in, doing what you feel comfortable doing, getting back to what it is that you're familiar with, what it is that and then some type of way upping your value, okay, and upping a level to that. And I see this even, guys, and Venus being a feminine planet, I see this a lot with feminine energy. I see this a lot with women. That's like, wait a minute, it's like all over TikTok, social media. The last few days or so, women is like, wait a minute. I deserve to be treated with respect. I deserve to be treated at the, utmost, of someone's capability. I deserve to be treasured. I deserve to be valued. And that is what I am going to go for. And I'm not settling for anything less. And as a matter of fact, even being able to put that value back into themselves. And this is for men too, like across the board. People being able to put value back into themselves, but that's for the single individuals, that's for the ones that's outside of relationships or functioning outside of relationships, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're normalizing everybody's unique individual life and journey at the place that they're at, but it also takes this other turn and effects on relationships and partnerships to where coming out of Aries, Venus understands, like, okay, well, you know what though? It's great to focus on myself and what I value for myself. But if I'm going to work in a relationship and operate within one, I have to make sure that value is presenting itself all together. So it's like, what can, we accumulate jointly, as partnerships in relationships. And I'm saying healthy ones, guys. Okay. Because that's what I advocate for. So coming together. And like I said, when it comes to money, when it comes to love, the more that you can partner or reach others. Like if you look at Venus is about connections, and making those connections with others is the better way that you're going to go when it comes to money. And then also where you feel like your value, like how do you increase your value? What changes do you make? For some of you guys, it's like changes. This ain't Scorpio. But it's, it's about what changes do you make, because Saturn is also transiting the sign of Aries, right? In order to accomplish this. And this is about assets, property, paying that bills, but how do you receive? What can you get? How do you get the most out of the time that you're investing? That's the thing, guys. So yes, relationships, this is a very good time to, get cozy, get reacquainted, do things that you feel like make sure relationships valuable, with that's business partner, other people, and Venus loves it. So you might see people, feeling a little bit more lovable, a little bit more sharing and giving. And I know, guys, that's a lot of people are like, okay, well, whatever, because the way that this economy is and the way that a lot of things is going, it just seems hard. However, I promise you, try to focus more and pay attention more on what you do value and what you do want and the connections that you do have, and being thankful for that. I found, as someone that practices this and does this quite frequently, it never steers me wrong, because when I want to be down about something, I, realize like, how blessed I truly am. And I am thankful for that. Okay. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this transit. Venus transiting the sign of Taurus all the way up into July the 4th. What could be coming up for you each sign? And the last time in my Saturn video, Saturn transiting Aries, I started with the sign of Pisces, and I am I'm gonna do that again this time. Because it's like you always start with Aries, so it's like, hey, let's switch it up a little bit. That's what I was thinking anyways. Okay, let's get things straightened out here. All right. So yeah, go ahead, go to, your timestamp. I'm gonna get some glasses on so that I'm able to read and I'm not straining my eyes. And I will see you later. So please subscribe to my channel. Okay, so hello Pisces. All right, so thank you for joining me. This video is about the transit, Venus transiting the sign of Taurus, starting June the 6th all the way up until July the 4th. And so what I want to focus on for you guys is like the money spots, right? Everybody loves money and stability and things of that nature. So yeah, the money spots for you comes along with communication, self-expressions, towards or involved in your immediate environment. That's, people that you're interacting with, that you're connecting with, that you're communicating with. Money through communications, right? Partnering, relationships. So yeah, this could be like you or your spouse bringing in money, or asking for this or requiring this, some sort of joint resources. I know that this is not the 8th house. It's happening in your 3rd house. But remember, we have Venus involved, Taurus involved here. Okay. So that's one of the things that we're going to look at and we're going to pay attention to. So just remember this. You can find yourself spending money as well in like you're handling everyday matters, driving around, frequenting your local areas, your local environment, spending money on food, spending money on gifts, or spending money on like whoever you're coming into interaction with. A lot of times this could be like our children as well, but it does not have like a specific emphasis on it being our children because it's not the 5th house for you. Okay. So I want to show you, or I want to tell you like how you can use this energy. Communication is going to be the best way that you handle any type of situation right now and moving forward throughout this month up until like around about July the 4th. Even after that, because Venus is going to be going in the sign of Gemini, but it changes a little bit. So, this is about saying, okay, so what do I want to make better? What is going on? What documents am I handling? Contracts, written agreements, and communicating that, and communicating what your wants and your needs out of the situation, how you're going to handle assets, property, how that's going to be distributed, something that you're purchasing or buying here. And you could be doing it through a partnership or a relationship, or this is happening within some sort of relationship structure. Okay. So, yep, communication is probably the best way. It should be like your love language for this month. Okay. It's probably the best way to handle any disgruntled situations around lovers, and just connecting with your lover, connecting with a lover in a relationship as well. You know, going on little dates. All right. And also communicate about what it is that you feel comfortable with. So for example, okay, while getting to know the person, okay, like if you're dating somebody, or just this is in relationships in general, period. Finding out as much information as possible is going to benefit you, especially in the long run. And looking for and communicating about what you find valuable within partnerships and relationships, also about what the person that you're dealing with is finding valuable within partnerships and relationships, because it's very important. Okay. A lot of people skip this step and miss this step. And then down the line, you're with somebody, or there's miscommunication, misunderstanding on topics or issues, you know, that were never properly confronted or addressed at the beginning. And here you're finding like, okay, me and this person are not on the same page. Like, what is it that is happening, or what has happened here? Okay. So you could also, if you're someone that's looking for love or looking for some way to make money, maybe networking or being around your local environment could also be something good for you. As a matter of fact, if you got body goals, joining the gym right now, or just having some sort of workout that you start or you entertain yourself within your home with a partner, will probably be better for you, will probably be more beneficial, because it'll keep you focused, keep you on track, and it could be something that you're both dedicated to. Okay. So that'll be great. And, but partnerships, communications, you know, I wanted to say this because when I talked about being comfortable, so being comfortable in what you're communicating about, because in what you're ready for relationship wise, and you will disclose this information through communicating with your partner. And if it's something that you feel like you don't want to talk about, you're not ready to talk about or discuss, like, let that be known, you know, because I'm going to tell you why. Because I feel like there's a time and place for everything. And Venus and Taurus is like about what you're comfortable with, because sometimes some things could just be too much. And as a matter of fact, I want to also add that if you are a Pisces that's looking for love, relationship, partnership, you could definitely come across somebody just in your local environment, traveling your local environment, you know, being somewhere, being at the grocery store, being at the gym, being at the gas station. You probably like, gas station? Ain't nobody trying to do that no more. But yeah, like places, even communicating with, you know, someone that you're speaking about because of business, is definitely a great way to meet a lover or a love interest or a partner at this particular time, at this point in time. Okay. So, yes, Pisces, thank you for joining me for this particular transit. And, I definitely will be doing more. I'm going to cover Venus entering and transiting Gemini on July the 4th to just like update you about what could be going on, what you could be experiencing, and you know, how to navigate that. So definitely subscribe to the channel and please come back. So this is something that you will not have to miss out on. And other than that, thank you, Pisces. See you the next time. Okay, so Aquarius, how's it going? For you guys, Venus transiting Taurus starting June the 6th all the way up into July the 4th really is bringing things home for you. And I mean that literally, because Venus is transiting your 4th house. So what is being brought into focus for you right about now? You know, time spent at home, time spent with your lover at home, or you could have like a significant other that wants this from you. You know, it's like, okay, well, if you're working, I'm working, you know, we have life, we have responsibilities that's happening, the kids, children, worry about our security overall. This is saying, okay, so how do we meet in the middle? How do we meet enough to rekindle and to re-spark this relationship? And I'm going to tell you that simple is less. Less is can be more. Like, even if you want to go out on a little romantic dates, I get that. However, we're leaving that to Pisces for right now. you guys can kind of like focus in on things that you're doing at home. Okay. So, for example, cooking a meal with your lover or your partner or your spouse and family, and having a family sit together, or just like carving out that significant special time for your significant other will be something that it strengthens your relationship, that strengthens your partnerships, and this puts you in a position to kind of just relax a little bit, because we want to talk about what is comfortable. Okay. And Venus energy goes pretty good with Cancer, the fourth house, security, because it's putting you in a position to where you're not like overdoing it. It's not like this extravaganza event. I feel like that's the great thing about Taurus energy. Like Taurus energy, Taurus can love nice things, and we do got Venus here. Venus can make it expensive though. But Taurus loves nice things, but it loves reasonable things, practical things. And Taurus will take the time. If it does go into something and living a luxurious life, it takes the time to, accumulate this. Okay. So there could be some sort of accumulation when it comes to finances, within that you can get or loan or inquire, sell, refinance, however you want to put it. I know that's more of the eighth house, but still that energy is kind of lingering here when it comes to like homes. So this could be some of you guys looking into property values, or even if you might be, deciding to move in with a partner or relocate. And then you guys are, discussing, your income, what it is that you're, divvying that up, and what it is like you can afford, because that's what this is about. More than anything, that's what this is about. And it's just interesting how we all experience these things, but certain transits bring that focus in for us, right on time, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And that's what it is for you. So really, remodeling the home, could be something, remodeling, selling, or just like looking into ways that you can secure yourself, your family, and, accumulate this like funding, finances, stability. A lot of you guys are going to realize that you can do it through joint resources. Okay. Joint resources or assets, properties, like things that you can, because this is about being comfortable. So it's like what I feel like, in order to keep stress down on these situations, really, and guys, mind you, everything and mostly everything that I tell you is something that I am familiar with, because I had to do it at some point or the other, and it actually worked for me. So like, I'm here to tell you that and I know some of you guys are probably like, okay, I had to do this too. Thank you. But because you live life, but I feel like really look at what it is that you can do without right now. If it's something that you need to save financially, it's like, okay, so what can I do without for right now? And move on that way. Okay, so we're setting emotional foundations, you all. Between us lovers, things surrounding money could be sensitive topics of conversation amongst loved ones, amongst partnerships. That is definitely coming up. And your money spots, like I said, is in property, is in security, is in where you can budget in a practical way. It's in coming together as a family, coming together as a partnership, and actually working together, right? And you, or either your partner, you're going to find this in relationships, are needing emotional support, emotional bonding, and intimacy. So it's like, get comfortable. I know some of you guys are like, what? And I get it, because we do have a couple other transits that's going on, but at the same time, it's like being in a tornado. Everybody on the outside of that tornado, people that experience tornadoes, but then there's, according to what environment they're in, but we learned about tornadoes in school. We learned about tornadoes. We know that tornadoes is a series of collected, gathered wind that is going so fast. It's wrapping around. It is destructive. There's so much going on, but there is still safety. There's calmness in the eye, in the center of the tornado. So what I am trying to tell you is that realistically speaking, no matter what is going on, you can always make a little time for your partner. You can always make a little time for yourself and self-security. And this is, guys, come on. When we talk about the fourth house, we also talk about our personal security, like self-security. You know, so pampering yourself, you know, being sensitive to your needs and your feelings and your emotions. And yes, fellas, I'm talking to you too. Taking it easy is what's going to be the most beneficial for you right now. As a matter of fact, like some of you guys could definitely really also look into your roots, your heritage, you know, family that, like if you have foreign family or family in other places, they may be wanting to get together and, you know, things of that nature. So, you know, that's this whole thing. That's the whole focus here. Okay. Oh yeah. I also want to go back to some of you guys might be doing things or looking at, like, for whatever experience that you could be having right now, you could be looking at your experiences and being like, okay, so, you know, moving forward, what do I want to do different next time around? How do I want to improve? And some of you guys want to build self-security, and this is through your finances. This is through stability for you. And I do not limit, like, security, you know, because security is about these outside things, but it's about inside as well, and our personal feelings about ourselves. So you could be doing things to, you know, spruce that up a little bit. You feel like you lost your mojo. It's like, okay, how can I gain back confidence for myself and be comfortable in my own skin at the same time? So that's great. And for you Aquariuses that are interested in love or, you know, partnership, finding that, what could be good for you is getting yourself together first. Right? Getting yourself together first. And doing those things, you're going to attract in the people. Okay? So we're not outwardly focusing necessarily, you know, but we are focused on personal relationships, the ones that's already established. And if you just happen to meet someone around about this time, yeah, it's, you know, it might be something to where it can become pretty steady, or it has time to grow, you know. But I feel like it's just about what you value, and, you know, and there could be issues around you and that individual being on the same page about what that looks like. Okay, so we're gonna stop there, but I'm definitely coming back for the month of July to see how this shifts and changes for you. All right, so put your best foot forward for yourself and show up and take in the way that you feel. Take your feelings into consideration, but this is kind of like a joint effort. This is like a family effort as well. All right, so thank you, Aquarius, and please like the video, subscribe to the channel, because I will be back. So, okay, Capricorn, hello. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure a couple things for this before I did your video. And this particular transit that we are discussing is Venus transiting Taurus. And the date is, it's already started transiting Taurus from June the 6th all the way up until July the 4th. Is this before we change signs into Gemini? So what is focus spots for you? I will go ahead and say it. Children, childbirth. So you and a partner or a lover could definitely, could be a great time for you guys to try to get pregnant. Wow. Add on to the family, add on to the dynamic, okay? And or this could be like focusing on children, working with children. So for those of you that work with children, or that's something that you're interested in doing, this could be a very good time to go ahead and start that, or look into war starting that. Like, how does that do? Pursue that. Put in applications. Okay. So some of you guys could receive money affiliated with children or working with children. Okay. Doing things around children, like based on children. I mean, guys, this could be anything. This could be, and being creative in this area as well, because this is happening in your 5th house, right? Being creative with this as well. A big thing is this. A lot of you guys are being called to step more into that childlike energy, that young-hearted energy, fun. Okay? Because I know some of you guys have probably been working a lot. I could see you guys doing work that you find fun. That, like, make it enjoyable for yourself. Because once you start getting stuck in the routine and just like the heaviness of money problems and just relationship problems, where does that get you? And I really feel that this could be a very good time for you to actually like come to some sort of agreement or something, like around children. This could be your own children, by the way. All right. So like joining forces, I get it that Taurus could be stubborn energy, like really stubborn. Okay. And you could be finding yourself dealing with a relationship partner or some sort of partner that are exhibiting these traits. Some of you guys could find, this person is being pretty childish or thinking that. However, I feel that the more you can be someone that looks at things from a practical approach and see what works, see what doesn't work, and just be willing to take things slowly and see where it goes. I feel like down the line, this will be so beneficial for you, especially for this month anyways, okay? Following your heart. I know people don't like it, but really like what you're passionate about. Being creative, representing that. Like actually being that, representing that for yourself. How you express yourself. No. Venus, Taurus, that energy does not like a bunch of flightiness and a bunch of being all over the place. That energy likes something that is steady, beneficial, valuable. It likes love. Going on dates, I'm going to stress this. And I'm really I'm really big on intentional dating. Like talking about that, telling people about that is really good for women to do, but it's also good for men to do. Because we gotta really, really cut down on just getting with people, having kids with them, but not having anything in common, different values, can't get along. No. So this energy is, date, have fun, but do it intentionally. We don't want to be lessening our value. We don't want to be just burning up money frivolously. It's like, okay, so let's make it make sense. That's what Venus and Taurus says. Put away a little bit of money. Plan. So you and your partner, or you and your kids, however you want to put it, could definitely connect on a stronger level, doing fun, lighthearted, leisure activities, doing things that you enjoy. Now, some of you guys, if you have a spouse or significant other, like, okay, these can make for some pretty pleasurable moments, and that's probably how them kids is going to get born. That's probably how that baby might get born, okay? So take this into consideration. Also, money could be made through gambling, okay? Doing that lottery ticket, but remember what I said. Everything in proportion. everything in with intention, everything with, you know, something in place to where you can say, okay, like this is the money I'm spending here. I'm not going to touch this money right here. As a matter of fact, I really don't want to go into stuff like gambling, but I know that it's a reality and people do it. So you can lose money here. Also understand that, but it can be gained as well. Okay. Taking a little risk, but this is like a more calculated risk. This is where you can find money at. This is where you can find love, connections, partnership. Like, be that one. If you want to see something increase in this area in your life and move forward, be that one that's willing to put in an initiative. Be that one that's, I'm not going to say compromise, but that's, you know, ready for the changes, ready to clear the air if that's something that needs to happen. So self-expression and unique talents, maybe get into hobbies. Some of you guys can turn a hobby into a profession or a way to make money. I would say that. Accumulate money, accumulate finance, right? And this can also be done through a significant other. But just being practical too, you know? So it's like following your heart. It's like being creative in the best way that you can. Like, think about what makes you unique and exhibit that. Okay, this is how you find love. This is how you are at your most attractiveness right now. Being able to set yourself apart. That's how you're going to make money. That's how you're going to find love. And I'm not just talking about anything, you know, this is romantic. This is, you know, building love, building romantic connections within your relationships and partnerships right now. It could be fire. Like, you know, sexually, it could be, you know, very pleasurable for some of you guys this month. Okay, so keep that in mind, because this is where we want to take precautions as well. Because whenever we're involved in something pleasurable for ourselves, we can overdo it. Just keep that in mind. But fun. This is where you can meet a lover. In places where, you know, for instance, you could take your child to the park or to a party or to some type of event gathering, whatever. It doesn't matter. And then you can meet somebody that turns romantic or that you can date from that experience, from that meeting, you know? Or being able to be, you know, have fun, like in environments where you can kind of just have fun, you know, enjoy yourself. This is an environment that you can meet someone as well and come together with someone as well and make a connection with another person. And definitely, I would say, focus on your partnerships with, okay, a good foot forward, but with love, romance, okay, dating. If that's not coming up for you, let's say you with somebody that's like a friends with benefits, but you know that you want to date. You know you want to date for something long term. You want to date for marriage. You want something, some sort of investment. You want some sort of return. This month is not the time to just be like, oh, I'm just about to be sleeping around. Because that can happen, guys. That can happen easily this month for y'all. You know? And I'm not telling you what to do, but what I am saying is that, you know, be like, you know, I notice, and this is how you test where you are. I noticed that you never asked me out on a date, or we stopped dating. I want to date. I want to go out on a date. Like, I actually want to go somewhere. And you don't have to spend a bunch of money. We don't have to spend a bunch of money. We could just kick it and have fun and talk and eat and laugh and play. But I'm just saying, like, keep that in mind. Because if the person is like no or against it, I don't know. You might should second guess this person, or you can talk about, well, let's change ways that we can change this. But you actually have to see this effort. This is what Taurus is about. Don't talk about it, be about it. All right, Capricorns, thank you for joining me for Venus transit the sign of Taurus. All right. So please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the video, because I will be back, and I don't want you to miss a thing. Ooh, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Hi. Okay, so welcome to this video of Venus transiting the sign of Taurus from June the 6th through July the 7th. And wow, okay, that's great for you guys, because Venus is talking about money, baby. And guess what? Guess what else is talking about money? The 6th house. So focus on work for you. If you want to be successful this month, if you want to build this month, if you want, growth in your job, but not in just your job, because, 6th house is talking about production. It's like quality of what it is that you're producing, what it is that you are providing for others. But this is vice versa energy. So what it is that they're providing for you and willing to provide for you as well. But I'm specifically talking to Sagittarius that, about when it's something that you want to do, you have to work, or advancement at work is just a focus here. How to make more money is definitely, focusing big on your 6th house for Venus and Taurus. And I know a lot of you guys, it's like right now you could be like, it can be a battle a little bit, because parts of it is like, okay, you want to be comfortable. You want to get some rest. You want to just be, in your creature comforts, like lounging around, laying down with the covers and the air conditioner on, or the heater for some of you guys, even though it's summer where I'm at, or is heading towards summer. It's not quite summer yet. Work may call for you to focus on it. If you want the money, if you want the raise, if you're scrounging up a few more dollars. But the point in the approach, baby, you want to do is you want to up your value on your production, on what it is that you're working at. You got to see it. You got to up your value this month. You see, that's how you do it. Okay. And you're focused on daily routines. Now, mind you, with Venus here, this is talking about partners, relationship, husband, wife, love. If you, other people in general, when we're talking about Venus, and here, if you were having to focus on work, you might have like a relationship situation to where it's like they want you to focus on them. And this is vice versa as well. And the issue that could come up is you could be feeling like tired or torn. Like, okay, well, I gotta work. I want to rest. But the only thing that I can say is that like your partner or you, depending on how this is playing out, have to really seek understanding this month. And maybe you could communicate with them, because this is the house of Virgo, the 6th house, that, okay, babe, honey, doll, sweetie. And make sure when you say it, they're not mad at you, because when people are mad and you start using them terms, sweetie, baby, dearie, things pop off, because it starts sounding condescending, so just be mindful of that. But it's like, communicate. Okay, so this is what I'm working on. I can, and then communicate where you guys can meet in the middle, when you can set out time. But, understanding this and, being able to schedule things, organize yourself this month is going to work wonders for you. And like working on things ahead of time, like keeping things steady. We begin to rock, steady rocking all night long. Okay, let me stop. But yes, the best way to go about this is keeping a schedule, keeping a routine, because you could if you're juggling things, you can miss out on deadlines and opportunities. Okay. Now, no, this is not the 9th house, but you are Sagittarius. In your work, a lot of times, there's opportunities there. Okay. So assisting others or doing work surrounding assisting others could be where you increase your value, or that could be your money spot. Also, you can come across a significant other by doing this, or asking for help. Mr. Independent, Sagittarius. This, I will tell you that because your partner may want to spend time with you so much that they will do it how they can. They will get in where they fit in. Include them on some of the stuff that you do. Include them, like maybe on going running errands and paying bills. And you tell them, and while you including me on these running the errands and paying the bill, what money you gonna put forth towards the bill? Okay. Work out together. Prepare healthy meals together, or just meals in general, but healthy meals. Some of you guys can meet somebody at the gym, or, at Pilates. At the electric bill place. I don't know. At work. Some of y'all can have some flings pop off at work. You got some crushes, a strong crush or something at work, or they love the work that you do. Okay? Now, making sure that you like when it comes to your money spots, your health, you gotta like look at your health, because being tired, being unorganized can affect your money making. Okay? And guys, this could be like you bringing in money, like your partner bringing in money, or all of this could be flipped around. Like, they could be having to work. They could be like, there's some sort of new job that you get. Put in your applications now. And the ones of you guys that's done that before, there's a high chance that you're going to get called for a job or for a job. Okay. All right. Okay, so thank you, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel, because I will be back to do more transits and other videos that I do on my channel pertaining to astrology and just topics. All right. So thank you, Sagittarius, and keep up the good work. Ooh, Scorpio. Scorpio, hello. Let's move this out the way. So Scorpio, Venus is going to be transiting the sign of Taurus for you. And guess where this is going? Down in your 7th house. Wow, baby. Wow. Okay. So some of you guys could be getting into or solidifying a committed relationship. This could be like renewing your vows. This could be spending time with your husband or wife, feeling like you want to be one, baby. Okay. And let me tell you, if you are, or husband, don't let me, if you hear me speaking of a specific gender, don't let that like throw you off. Okay. If you are feeling like you're single, you want something a little bit more serious, you want something a little bit more stable, well, you can have a partner or someone that's interested in having this with you anyways. But let's say you feel this is what you want. Okay. Looking at putting value, quality over quantity. Valuing, like value over, frivolous. I don't know. Just valuable relationships. Putting that at the forefront is going to be what's beneficial. That's what helps you get it. Because like I said, guys, some of us, we gotta stop all this friends with benefits thing. And like men too. Like I come from that time where we were just kind of coming out of specifically focusing on women, girls, behave with dignity and respect and morals for yourself. Boys, do whatever the heck you want. And then what do? You get a bunch of girls or young ladies that are not, the men are not on their level. So we have to assess this by what we feel like we value. Especially with Venus transiting Taurus. If that makes any sense. Because here you can say, all right, if I feel like I'm looking for marriage, is these people, this person that I'm currently dealing with, is that something they can provide for me? Is that something I can see myself with? How does that look? Okay, no, that's not gonna work. So this is about saying, okay, so what behaviors, what interactions, what am I doing? This is, yep. And I'm not gonna lie, Scorpios, I don't feel like you guys do so good in this area a lot of times, and I'm just gonna tell you, take it upon yourself to say, okay, so what am I doing? What do I feel like? How am I approaching these situations where I'm looking to gain one thing? I'm looking to gain commitment. I'm looking to gain in marriage. I'm looking to gaining someone that values the relationship at the level that I value at. What am I doing? Like, what do I feel? How I feel like this approach, what's going on in my approach. And a lot of you guys and gals would be surprised to find out that it's because a lot of times you don't allow that to happen. Like when something is, needs to be let go of, you hold on even tighter for dear life. When you're seeing red flags, you're already so invested that it's hard for you to detach. When something is not growing or it does not have the capability to grow, where do you need to get off the ship? Where do you need to park the boat? And this is what you're going to have to become aware of in order to go up to the next level, in order to get what you want, in order to reestablish connection within your relationships. Because you're definitely thinking about right now, babe, and you're definitely looking pretty valuable to potential lovers. Okay, they're seeing Scorpio and they're seeing it like you guys are, or you were, and you are the person that they wanted. You added value in your relationships, but it can't be one-sided, babes. Here, social status. So things coming out socially or publicly about you that you're like, oh my God, maybe it's stuff that you didn't want out. Maybe it's stuff that you do want out, but you just socially, you're upping your value. And some of you guys could find a lover or come across a lover in some sort of social setting as well. And money to be made in social settings as well. How you're being viewed socially determines your value for right now. What are these people in these individuals that you're coming across showing you about you, or showing you what you don't want to experience? Close collaborations, connections, relationships could bring money, could bring finances, could bring stability. Huh? So, just keep that in mind. And I will say a couple people, you might have some exes that come back, but I mean, it's not Venus retrograde or anything, but it's like, I'm seeing you, if it's not necessarily exes, it is like people, love interest, like people, competition, rivalries. You could be feeling like there's a particular person or like a love interest that you have. You could feel like, okay, why are all these women, why are all these dudes up on them? But at the same time, which can stimulate jealousy within your relationship. And at the same time, there could be rivalries for you, like, or you need to make it look like it is, okay? Because you want to increase your social value. Okay? And that could be coming up for you. Wow. So, connecting with other people, and just, minding, like, find what, some of you guys might have to come out your comfort zone a little bit. And I honestly feel like you're at the point where you're ready to do that. All right, Scorpio. So Scorpio, thank you for joining me. And I definitely will be back with other transits, and I also do other astrological placements and synastry on my channel. So, go ahead and subscribe, take a look around, and I'll be back. So, okay, so we're back with Libra. I just want to make sure. Yeah, Libra. Let's get you pulled up here. Libra. Here we go. For some of you guys, it's been pretty heavy. And this could be something that you could have been avoiding for a while, or you don't really want to touch and just focus on right now. But Venus in Taurus is really kind of bringing you back around to shared resources, property, like business, assets, joint finances, especially through marriage or business, loans, taxes, all that could be coming up, or some of these things. If it's not everything, it could be some of these things that's coming up for you. And it's best that you look at contracts. Even if you don't make a definite decision or sign that paperwork right now, look at it, because Venus is saying take the time, and it's also about your money. So you don't really want to be signing yourself in deals and contracts that you have not really looked over. And somebody else, or like it could be who you're working with, who you're going in business with, your lover, whatever, they could be, saying that to you. They could be holding that over your head, like something you signed or something you agreed to, something that in a marriage, coming for that moolah, okay, that money, them coins. And your thing is, I feel like you're trying to be fair, but don't get it mistaken. Somebody that you could be dealing with may not be looking for fair. They could be looking for revenge. Remember that. And this is going on in your 8th house. And you could find out where money, I don't know, this could be a marriage partner, a business partner. It doesn't really matter. Where they have been misappropriating funds, stealing money, hiding. The biggest thing is hiding money. I don't know. We're not going to jump to conclusions, because they could be saving it, and they could be saving it for like something that you're, that is something that benefits you both, especially in the long run of things. I do see this with Venus and Taurus right now for this month be very practical in business and financial approaches, and when it comes to relationships. Because if you get in a situation, now you could be getting in a situation, or like you could be dealing with somebody where the person wants to take it slower and it's slow. And I kind of feel like you and the person might be on the same page right now, or it has to be taken slow for a certain reason. But if you get involved with somebody and they want you to rush and sign something, they want you to rush and get in a relationship or to get married or something like that, no, we don't do that. We're not doing that in the month of June. Now, if you haven't already planned it, if it's something because, and I will tell you why. Like, if some of you guys could be actually having weddings this month. So that's fine. Okay? All right? But, just keep in mind, this is just the energy that's showing here. And some of you guys might have, if you have some sort of wedding or some sort of wedding plans or something that you're trying to put in place, there could be changes to this. There could be changes around surrounding property, surrounding assets, surrounding finances, changes made in these areas for you. So just really like I said before, money is to be made here. Money could be made through joint finances, through marriage and business as well. For some of you guys that's working with a partner, you and your business, or you and your partner could go into business. Make sure you keep some type of paperwork. So yes, y'all reminding me of Cardi B right now. Because y'all see what's going on y'all see what's going on with her right now. She's married. There's issues coming up around joint finances and properties and things of that nature with her and Offset. Wow, she has a whole other man. I was wondering about this, but at the same time, he got a whole other woman. all other women. So it's like, I'm just like, in these situations too, just be careful depending on what state you in. Some states, it's like you cannot, or this could be in a prenuptial agreement, but still, these clauses, you cannot be dating someone else or seeing someone else, especially openly, when you're trying to handle a dispute, like handle or finalize a marriage. It don't look good in the court of law. Okay? I'm just going to tell you. Now, but the point that I'm making is like managing, or let's say there's a relationship, a marriage, a partnership. You and the partner could go into business together or sit down, talk about your finances, who's investing what, where money is going, what you want to invest in, etc., etc., etc. Some of y'all might be getting on. When I say getting it on, I mean getting it on. Because this is the 8th house of intimacy. Taurus is here. Now, I'm going to tell you. Taurus is actually opposes the 8th house of Scorpio. So Venus can oppose the 8th house of Scorpio, but working together, you know, there's money at play, there's money to be had, but it could be at somebody else's loss, including yours. So just keep that in mind, okay? But definitely building stronger relationships with intimacy. Now, here, since it's opposing here, you could be dealing with somebody that lacks the ability to be intimate in a way that you need, in a passionate way, like emotional way. Like they're there, they could buy you gifts. Hey, some of you guys, y'all might be getting some gifts and stuff like that too, but I'm saying they're there. They could provide you gifts. Some of them could provide you money and finances, but you could be like, yeah, but I want to connect on a deeper level. So you want a whole different experience. That could happen for some of you guys. For others of you guys, it could be an issue. It could be a block here. And for what reasons? I don't know. Financial reasons. People, you know, emotional issues and limitations. Power struggles over money could be an issue. Money and finances could be an issue here too. And control issues. Yeah. And it could be a common case of somebody else trying to tell you what to do, or you trying to tell them what to do, or wanting to have control over the money, and or just what the other person is doing. It's just that could be there. Jealousy amongst people, amongst partnerships and marriages and relationships could be there as well. And like I said, a huge fear of intimacy and even going to the next level. Like somebody could feel like they have cold feet, you know, or just like fear of going to the next level, period. You could be dealing with somebody that's fearful to get married. You could, for some of you guys that's already been married before, you could be like, I don't know if I ever want to do this again. So issues here. But the money spots could be in business, in finances, old tax money, old child support. Somebody looking for that. Okay. All right, Libra. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel because I will be back. Right now, I just wanted to touch bases with you on this Venus and Taurus transits, baby. But I will be covering other transits as well in the future. All right. Thank you, Libra. Okay, so hello, Virgo. I'm back covering Venus transit in sign of Taurus. I'm liking the Taurus vibes, and you know, Venus is comfortable here. So I just wanted to talk about this particular transit. For you guys, this is happening in your 9th house. And I know you guys got a lot going on, you know, when it comes to like just focusing on your money, when it comes to focusing on like personal issues and all that. And maybe Venus could be here to shed a bit of light in your situation. And this is where money making spots for you, love, relationships, here we go. So some of you guys, you might need to get away, and you might need to travel, and you might need to do like get some vacation in and some relaxation in. Okay? You might need to get some vacation and relaxation in. This is going to be something that's very beneficial for you, especially the month of June. I get it. A lot of you guys might want to, or you might be in a position where you want to work. I know it. And you have like goals and you have priorities that you have going on. But I really suggest that if you take the time and, you know, just relaxation time here and there, wherever you can, could be something that really revives you and puts you in a more pleasurable state of being, like in a place of peace. This is going to be good for you. Okay. So, but travel is big. Some of you guys are going to be doing quite a bit of traveling, and you're going to be making money behind that traveling, or you're going to, if it's something that you could take your job on the road, like you can work from home, traveling could be something that's good for you. But just planning a little trip for the summer for a couple days, family gathering, that'll be good. I do see a lot of you guys though having alone time or spending a little bit of time to yourself too. I see that. In relationships, there's a chance to make it better for you guys that are experiencing issues amongst you and your partner. But, you know, you might have to seek counseling in order to make things right. If there's situations surrounding money and how to handle that, there are counselors and like financial counselors and, you know, therapists and things, that people that focus on helping in certain specific areas. All right. Some of you guys are going to be having some new experiences. And if you have not, okay, and you really are looking for a way to connect or expand or focus on, you know, making your relationship better with a significant other, you can do this at this time. And I will say this, because I want to, you could do this through like vacationing with your lover and with your honey. Okay. Traveling. But I wanted to say more than anything, I feel like I got sidetracked. Some of you guys might be meeting someone or be involved with somebody of or from a different cultural background or religious affiliation. Now, I'm going to say this. Let's go ahead and put this out here. There could be lessons, like you and this person coming together. It could be lessons behind the reasoning for you coming together. It could be something that like you need to experience, or you guys come together to experience something that maybe you have not experienced before. Oh yeah. And this brings me back to what I was saying about maybe some of you guys in like love relationships or partnerships that you're in. Something that could revive the relationship between you two and bring you closer is going to be new experiences. Yes, I said it. You guys, because even if you don't do this month, maybe planning it and putting an intention out and actually going the steps of like prepare, like, you know, making the effort to make this happen. But this could be very sporadic because we're in the 9th house of Sagittarius. So, you know, let's focus on that too. Because it doesn't matter how big or how small this is. It could be very affordable. Do something that neither one of you guys have done before, but it'll be the first time that you do together. Yeah. There's a process of things happening. It gives you a chance to not be on edge, you know, you let your guard down because you know that you're both, this is unfamiliar for both of you guys, so it'll be more of a letting down the guard, being more open and being more in a place to where you're supporting each other, because you know, like, okay, well, we both are probably feeling the same, we've never been here before, this is new, this is exciting, this is fun, this is something beneficial, and it just puts you in a place to where you could just allow things to happen. You could just allow yourself to experience new things, and then talking about it, laughing about it, you know, just it's a word that I want to use, but the point is just being able to have those personal interactions, strengthening your relationships through new shared experiences. I want some of you guys to really do this. I really do. Now, some of you guys might be going back to school. There's money from that too, because you know, like, a lot of times you going and you doing like the Pell Grant or the loans, financial loans, there's money from that. Or if you're graduating from school, or just you pursuing it, like taking the initiative to pursue it right now, going through, doing the paperwork, getting it together. Yes, in the long run, this is going to be something beneficial for you. Your philosophical beliefs will change. Okay, even when you do this traveling, because some of you guys might be like, man, I want to travel to a whole nother culture or to a whole nother place, okay, that you've never been. But anytime you travel, as a military child and traveling all the time, I was literally, at one point in time, it felt like I was switching schools every year or every other year. That's Sagittarius energy for you. My mind was so expansive. My experiences. And going back to where I was originally from, where I was born, I could not really fit into the people that was in my surroundings, because, I had never traveled. Because I had another view and understanding of like places and people, and that experience, those experiences expands the mind. This is what you're doing. Yeah. And you have to see where something that you may be believing could be limiting your relationships, because baby, you want your relationships to grow. You want, especially a significant, special, meaningful relationships for you. You want them to grow. And for some of you guys, now whether this is you or whether this is them, baby, whether it's you or whether it's them, are in a place, find yourself in a place to where beliefs are interfering with your ability to come together and grow. It's time to grow. It's time to expand. God, the universe is calling for you to expand. It's not by accident. This is happening inside of the ninth house. And some of you guys are like restricting yourself. Like, oh, no. And it's like, oh, yes. And these opportunities, since the ninth house is more of opportunities, these opportunities will present themselves for you to be able to do this, but it doesn't mean that you're going to act on it. You're going to take the opportunity. It doesn't. Okay. Broadcasting. So for my broadcasting Virgos, like, that's doing like news, entertainment. This is not so much as social media, but it is in a way. It could be radio, it could be advertisement, it could be teaching something. You can make money this month from being able to do this. Teaching somebody what you already know. And vice versa, you could be learning off of other people. This is a learning, teaching environment here. So focus on new experiences. Focus on and see where belief systems are limiting relationships. And I'm going to tell you this. And I don't mind telling you this. I am fully aware that some of you guys, you can't bring some people. You got to take everything in context. For some of y'all, it's going to mean one thing. So for the others of you guys, you're going to be on the other side of it. If you're limiting yourself. And then where you're expanding Some of you guys might be going out of your comfort zone, but people around you haven't done that. And this is where you gotta kind of leave some people. There might be some people that you actually leave behind, or somebody might be doing this to you. Like I told you, depending on what side of the railroad tracks you on, what side of the railroad track, because in it's time. Because I feel like a lot of you guys could be acting out of the experiences you already had, to where you were just like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. You can be like, I've done the role of the wife and the innocent woman and the, conservative. I have done all that. And I'm at another place now to where I wish, or I wanted to do something different, and now I'm finally like, why not? There are certain experiences that we have that push us to doing something, and other people may not understand it. And you could be like, man, I switched my beliefs and now I'm Muslim or something. Don't take this personal, I'm just saying something. And I want to wear the burqa. Hopefully I said that right. Other people are looking at me funny and judging me because they're not familiar with this culture, because they don't understand this. Some of you guys might want to come outside of that, but just please understand, there may be things that you're doing that you're ready to do, or that you're being called to do, that other people may or may not understand. And while I get it, some of you guys could be acting out of the ordinary for yourself, because you could be going, certain things that you could be going through could be affecting you in a way to where you just feel like you just want to break free, and it could look really rebellious for some of you guys. Okay, but I'm gonna stop there. Virgo, I want to say thank you for joining me for this Venus transit Taurus. I'll be back when Venus goes into the sign of Gemini in July, baby. July the 4th. Yeah, so please subscribe to the channel so you can stay posted. And once again, thank you for watching. Okay. Oh, God. Hi, Leo. Hi, Leo. Okay, so for you, I think you might like this though. Venus being in your 10th house, and this is your 10th house of your public image. Okay. So your public image, some of you guys could literally be making money off of your public image, baby. Like, you could literally be making money off of the way that you look. I'm not surprised, because I seen some very fine Leo constituents, okay, of the sign of Leo, baby. I've seen it. So you could literally be making money off your public image, or something that you have worked at for so long, or you're working at, that you could be being. Now, if this isn't you, this could be your partner though. This could be your relationship partner. I feel that maybe some of you guys can find love at work, or something that you're working on, or something that you're doing. But overall, we got to think about what Venus means, because even though you're going to be, you could be receiving money or raises or something surrounding your career, something long term, something you've been working at, or you may want to, you're looking at that and assessing that, or like you might establish like, okay, well, this is what I want to do, and or this is what I'm doing now, and this is where money is at though, money to be made. All right. But if this is not you, this is like relationship partners, or somebody that you're working with or dealing with. These people, when you're talking about Venus, that, this could be something that they're experiencing as well. But I really do want to focus on you. Okay. Because, this is really about you. So some of you guys might see some sort of career advancement in, especially towards like your profession and towards something you have been working on. You can see gains here. Or there's ways to make money, Leos, but you got to be willing to pursue that. You got to be willing to make that happen. Or you could just be receiving that. Like business for yourself can go up, increase. You can find people, or people locate you through word of mouth, through other people, because of the work. You're like, okay, well, oh yeah, Leo is known for doing this, this, and that. Or I think Leo would be a good person for this. But just being seen, baby, like, you could just be being seen right now because for the work that you do, or just like something that you've done around your career or development and doing that. Guys, this could be anything from music, from some sort of creative arts, from painting, from drawing, okay, for like self-care stuff, for beauty in the beauty industry. Okay. So yes, and this is the money that you're making through, and people loving you for it, through your effort, through your work effort, and you achieving overall success right now is how you can make money. Even love, like you could be, you know, joining teams or like partnerships and relationships. And some of you guys, you might say, forget love right now. Like, I want to work on like my craft. I want to work on something that I want to see myself develop. Okay. And this could be your reputation too. So yes, your affiliations through somebody that you might have some sort of affiliation through, through something that you're doing, or you're going to gain that. Okay. For many of you, in something that you can work at or start right now that like leads way for long term, like something that you're trying to achieve long term. And this is also about like, what you inherit. So some of you guys can inherit a business or inherit something, or you could be working on something that will provide that for others, like your kids, you know, people in your family. So very good. So your reputation could be increasing. Mind you, I feel like even though this could be a positive thing, who you're affiliating yourself with too could be a negative thing. But you're definitely highlights and development and focus around your career and your advancements. Okay, so there could definitely be money to be made. Cha-ching. Okay. And so, and some of you guys, you can be somebody that could be interested in you in love. It's like somebody that's kind of having like this shared interest with you, or like you can work together with this person, and you might find a long-term relationship partner. And it could have been something too for some of you guys where it seemed difficult getting together, or it could be because of differences, you know, like maybe the time. Like I said, you could be working on work, they could be working on work. Something dealing with age, something dealing with, I want to say belief, but I don't want to be focused there. You know, I don't, because that's more of the ninth house, you know. But yeah, you know, you could see somebody that you can meet that could be long-term, or something you could do that could be long-term development, or somebody you're with going to the next level. Like I feel like focusing on that stuff that brings you value in your life. That's what it is that you're focused on right now, or you should be. Let me tell y'all what to do. And y'all need to quit being hard-headed. I am so tired of y'all being hard-headed. All right. Okay, so thank you, Leo, for watching. I swear to God, I like you knuckleheads. And it's so funny, my sister just texted me just now. It happens to be a Leo. I tell you. All right, so thank you, Leos. Subscribe to the channel, and I will be back. So make sure you come back. Peace. Okay, so Cancer, hi. So thank you for joining me for this particular transit of Venus transiting the sign of Taurus that started on June the 6th, and it's going all the way until July the 4th. And so for you guys, this is in the 11th house. So, you know, when it comes to money and comes to finances, you can gain money doing the like things that you want to do, that you really want to do. Some of you guys can be doing that now. Some of you guys have to really think about like what that is. Like, what is it that I really want to do? And you could be establishing new friendships, new associations, new affiliations. Venus here, that is lucrative for you, or people that want to work with you. Okay, this could be you in friendships that, are not valuable to you, or that does not add to something that you see of value, something that you want. Because you can have an overall desire. You can have an overall, something like a dream, like something that you've seen, or you know that there's potential at. You can have that, and you could have people, or you could feel like in the past, or you could just feel like all together, like you want people on your team that supports that. And baby, okay, Venus brings that for you in Taurus right now. So associations, affiliations, friendships, people want you. They could want you as a friend. They could want you on their team. The question that you have to ask yourself is, does this friendship, does this affiliation benefit you as well? Now, I get it, Cancer. I get it. You like to be comfortable. And this is the month that I'm going to tell you, go ahead and be comfortable. And the reason why I'm saying go ahead and be comfortable is because I feel like a lot of you guys have aligned yourself, or the universe is doing it, with you having, just by way of, yes, you putting forth the effort, something that you worked at, something that you have done, something that you have acquired. Okay? Because, you know, we have Venus coming out of the sign of Aries. It's basically going from your 10th house to your 11th house, right? So it's something that, you know, it's like you've aligned yourself here, because this is 11th house. This is what the 11th house does. And then Venus, which is by way of the universe, comes in and solidifies things, comes in and grows situations, or bring those opportunities for this to happen. Okay? I don't know why. I'm hearing a song by Beyonce. Do you know that song? Oh gosh. Ain't no meaning to the end. That's what I found out. It's something about being my own best friend. I can't believe it. I can't believe I fell for you. I'm smarter than that. Yeah. I haven't heard that song in a long time. So some of you guys could be making the decision to say, okay, these affiliations, these friendships and all that, no, I'm not comfortable here anymore. I'm not comfortable here. And then you up your game, you up your level by saying, removing yourself out of the situation, and it puts you in alignment to these new friendships, these new affiliations, these new social groups and organizations, okay? And some of you guys could be getting invited to social gatherings, social activities, and some of you guys could be hosting social events too, to where you bring other people together. Some of y'all, hey y'all, I hate to say this, but some of y'all could find love in the club, okay, let me stop. Even if it's not in a club, like something that you do socially, and this could be online as well. Okay, anywhere where there's other people and you're not specifically focused on like pressure of I'm finding love, this is going to be about love, but it happens. You know, it happens some type of way. And so, yeah, be mindful that some of your relationships, or like somebody you may meet, if you're in a relationship, right, or you come across somebody right now, it could start off, or it can turn into like this thing where there's some distance there, or it could seem kind of up and down a little bit. That's because this is the 11th house, okay? But you can also meet someone and you guys can kind of start off as friends, and then it can change romantic, or for some of you guys, some situation that was a friendship based situation could get a little hot and heavy, could get a little romantic. Okay. So understand that some of you guys can, you know, find money or access money through, humanitarianism. Okay, like working with others. Some of y'all can start some type of nonprofit or something as well doing this, or working with others that's doing this, okay? So that's pretty interesting. This is where you can make money at too and help others. But some of you guys can receive help and support through these organizations. Now, and some of you guys could get really lucky this month. I'm telling you, during this trend, you could get really lucky in money and love. So just look out for that. Like, coming out of nowhere. All right. Okay, so thank you, Cancer. Thank you for joining me for this transit. Please subscribe to the channel because I will be doing more and also uploading other videos related to astrology and other topics on my channel as well. So take the time to subscribe because you know I'll be back. Okay, hi Gemini. Hi Gemini. Okay, so now, y'all, I want to just do a little pep talk real quick first, because I know, Venus is in the sign of Taurus, and we're finding, this is happening. Getting back in that 12th house, and I know a lot of Geminis is like, I do not want to deal with this 12th house stuff. I get it, because you don't. Because it's been too much and you're tired. And I get it. But we have to go here. Because there's money to be made here. There's love here with third parties, with cheating, with emotional and psychological health issues and all that's sitting here. But this is where you gain, though, because what the 12th house is saying to you is although the 12th house could be confusing, I know that, and the 12th house could be mysterious, and the 12th house could just be it's just indirect and just unsolidified. The 12th house can be all those things, but the 12th house can also provide us with the type of awareness, especially depending on what transit is happening there, especially depending on what sign. It depends on a lot of things, but it can offer us so much awareness that literally changes our unconscious makeup and brings that is stagnant or that we cannot see to the forefront to then use to change our lives, to change our circumstances, to change our experiences forever. The trick here is, Gemini, do you choose to see this or not? See what you say. See everything. See it all. See where you could be being limited by others. You could be being limited by yourself. You could be just not see, because, we're, at the exact point and destination of something. And because of that, you're fearful to take a step. It brings anxiety. It brings worration. It's emotional. And for some of you guys and gals, I would say, you literally, this could be affecting literally your movement, your body movements, whether you like walking, flexibility, all that, because we have Taurus here. So keep that in mind. But I wanted to share that with you first, because I wanted you to understand that, yes, there's money to be made. Like, there's money to be made right around you, or there's things to tap into. I get it here. There, a lot of times in the 12th house, is hit and miss. And a lot of it is like spiritual experiences, spiritual awakenings by way of experiences that we have with ourselves and others. So some of you guys, you were in a situation and it all, comes to the forefront, especially even more this month, to where you see, oh, I was in this because it was time for me to go to the next level. It was time for me to awaken. I was having a spiritual experience. I was learning, whatever. It's that sequence of events, that thing that leads to another thing, that leads to another thing, that when it's all played out, you're like, whoa, no, I never could have seen this coming. I never could have seen this coming. This is what it is here. It's what it is here in money and love and all that. Now, I'm not gonna lie. With Venus and Taurus here, yeah, for this month, you can have a situation that with somebody to where, and this could be you, could be them, to where it's like best that y'all keep it, you just work things out between yourselves. And then there's others that this is one of those situations where it's like, okay, keep your partner to yourself. Don't post your partner. That type of thing. I don't know what to say about that these days, because these days on social media, them people, like certain people that's being posted and outed, you see these men that be having whole other lives and stuff, and then they get posted on the internet, Facebook or TikTok or something, and then everybody come out being like, that's with that person. Oh, I'm with that person. Oh, they lied to me, or they did me in. So, hey, some of y'all might have a circumstance or two like that. But no. Yeah, and then, in here, this is like mistress energy. It could be like cheating. It could be like delusions, illusions, like seeing somebody in a way that's putting them above, like on this pedestal, or putting them, is completely delusional about the person. Wanting them to be something that they cannot, and vice versa. This is here. But I want to put it this way. Yes, you guys could come across some sort of awareness. This could be a soulmate situation. So yes, you and a person, or you and somebody, that significant person that might pop up for you, or that you've been feeling this grip, this emotional grip with, is a soulmate. And this is why this strong connection is here. You're not crazy, but it doesn't mean that it lasts forever, or it has to last forever, So just keep that in mind when you're approaching situations. But there could be, specific healing to relationships and as well this month. But I feel like it just has to be something that both people are willing to do. And in a lot of instances, I feel like you're not. And this energy is, and even if you do agree to move forward with somebody, like in a way that you can, I still feel that there could be, distance there for a lot of you guys, because you're looking for the truth. So you're going to allow things to play out, time for things to play out, because you may be discovering things about this person that you didn't know, vice versa, that may or may not sit well with you. I get Venus is here, so this could be beneficial for y'all. Like, you could literally, there could be someone right under your nose that could be watching you, or could be aware of you, or that wants you, or that desires you, or is emotionally connected to you, and that gets brought to the light. Like, the true feelings gets brought to the light. However, it gives you a chance to see who's working against you for some of you guys too. It could literally be someone or something at play working against you. Interfering with that money, interfering with your coins. This is why it's good to keep proof. Okay, so this is why, like keeping proof. Because I just kind of feel like a bunch of things being done, but people gaslighting that like they didn't do it, and for some of you guys, it's not even going to be worth it confronting these people. But for some of you guys, for others of you guys, it will be like, hey, like, no, you crossed the line, or you did A, B, C, or D, or this is what's really going on. And no, I can't have that happen. And the good thing about this is it gets you in your bag, though. You put your focus, and you put your time towards like making money, or leveling up, doing things to better yourself, doing things to better your value. Now, some of you guys can be feeling like, okay, well, I'm not being seen for my true value. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Still do what you got to do. Because remember, this is just a specific transit. Because this could be causing for some of you guys to spend some time alone, or with a significant other. With those select few. Not trusting everybody. But not going by with this paranoid, approach to life either. But definitely heavy spiritual experiences right now. You could be having dreams that, you know, bring certain things to your attention, especially something that you can really use to make money off of. This is spiritual enlightenment and development and just healing. Like there's something that you may heal when it comes to the way that you see yourself, the way that you value yourself, and it could really make you look at, I mean, some of y'all have the potential to really, really, really go to the next level. Like, especially Venus is gonna be hitting Gemini on July the 4th. Yeah. Like to really go to the next level. Like you, like how you value yourself, what you feel like you're worth, what you feel like you should get versus what you don't get. I don't really care what's going on around you. This is the point that I'm trying to make about you in this transit this month. I really don't care what's going on around you, who got a crush on you, who wants to reconcile. You have to present yourself with a level of value in place. That shows, and I know because you're a Gemini, and because you're a Gemini, I already know that you're capable of doing this naturally. But that energy that you're putting into other people, put that into yourself. The energy that you're putting into other people, having ideas, formulating them, you know, being motivated, put that into yourself. Like deal with those emotional spots that come up. And what you are doing is you are repositioning yourself through spiritual awakening, through awareness. Because this is going to be like miracles, okay? It's not luck necessarily, but listen. Put yourself in a position to where your value, what you stand for, who you are, is unshakable. You know? I feel like a lot of your, how should I say it? Your relationships, your personal relationships will turn deeper, more intimate. You know, be available, like the type, what you can manifest from this could be lucrative, is what I'm saying. Wow. Okay, so Gemini, that's kind of deep. Because over this course of this month of Venus in Taurus, I kind of feel like you're going to be behind the scenes anyways, working, getting your body together, get yourself together. People are going to see you, but they may not know 100% of what you're working on or what you're doing. But over the course of this month too, some of you guys might expose what it is that you're working on, what it is that you're doing. But if you want to see yourself level up and things change for you in the area that you need it to, this is what you're going to have to work on. This is what you're going to have to focus on. And you're going to do it through healing. And some of you guys might heal a significant ailment that you've been having. You know what Kendrick says, sometimes you gotta pop out and show them. Okay? All right. All right, Gemini. So, yes, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the channel because I will continue to drop videos on transits and other astrological topics. All right, and I would love to see you there. Hello, Taurus. All right, so beautiful. That's what I want to call you guys because Venus is transiting your sign for from June the 10th through July the 4th. Okay, this is great. This is great for you because Venus, first of all, Venus is the home of Taurus. Taurus is the home of Venus, or how you want to put it. Venus is the home of Taurus. Is vice versa. And loves being here. Loves being here. Venus is Taurus ruler, should I say. So now I feel like you're finally back in your skin. You know, you're feeling more like yourself this month. And and you're going to be doing that through various ways, whether it's getting into some beauty tips, routines, changing up your looks, really stepping up your game, really stepping up your value, really stepping up how you you put your best foot forward. And I feel like that how you are, how supportive you are, how committed you are in situations, in relationships, and you don't want nothing short of that from other people that you're dealing with. And you want that. Like, for some of you guys, you're like, oh, wherever you fell off at, or wherever you feel like people fell and bumped their head about how they need to treat you and deal with you, you're going to show them. You're going to show them through how you value yourself. Okay? So a lot of focus is on that. And for some of you guys that have relationships, like significant relationships or partnerships and stuff like that, they could be definitely putting time into you right now and wanting to spend time with you. Or if they're off busy doing something else, like whatever they're working on, then you could take the time to really take care of yourself. So appearances and self-projection, you can get paid off of your looks or just feeling good and feeling well. Just being you, like showing up. And yes, of course, this is like different things for different people. Some of you guys could be investing. So yes, that might be you spending money to look good, to change your appearance. Some of you guys might do a significant appearance change, like cut your hair, color it. You can feel yourself, the energy levels rising in yourself right now. Feeling more energized, feeling more motivated, feeling more lovable, feeling more attractive, because that's what you are right now. So pretty much put yourself in a position with whatever it is you're doing to attract what it is that you want. Attracting love, attracting money. And then something that you want to start that you feel like is going to make you money, then do that. So the way that you find love and connected, like a reestablished connection in a relationship or partnership, you got to be comfortable in the skin that you're in. Like, don't look, or try not to look for that in other people or in someone else. Like, really be confident, do yourself up, like make yourself feel good, be comfortable with being you. And it doesn't matter what type of changes you have to make to do that. This is just what you're doing. Like, your initiative to do this is a communication to the universe. New beginnings for you. So there's things that you're going to be starting new, or things that you're going to work on that really introduces or sets off, that's, working towards doing this, having these new beginnings. This Venus transiting your sign is what kicks it off. Okay, so new opportunities, new money making opportunities, new relationships, opportunities in love and relationships, new ways or other ways to rekindle relationships. If you have to leave one, I don't feel like most of you guys are going to spend too much time. Like, even if you are heartbroken, you're not going to spend too much time being heartbroken. Okay? But I don't want to, I just want to cover everybody and different experiences that's here. So this is about asking yourself the question, Taurus, of who do you see yourself as? Become that-ish. All right, Taurus, thank you for joining me for the Venus transit, Taurus. And I will be back. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and come on back to watch more videos. All right, until next time. So Aries, hello. So you're the last, but you're not the least. With doing these type of videos, it can get so, it's like you end up talking for minutes, hours on end, trying to cover each sign. And I like to switch it around a little bit. I think I'm going to do another one the next time. I might do all the fire signs, all the air signs, earth and water, group them up. But I don't know yet. Okay, so Aries, this Venus is transiting your second house of Taurus, and for you, I kind of feel like it's been this consistent theme. However, I feel like this month maybe where you've been withholding yourself relationship or love wise, you could be feeling like more of giving yourself, because this is the that we're speaking about, but it's in your second house of Taurus, and Venus that rules Taurus is transiting Taurus. So we're talking about relationships. So we're talking about significant others, partners. Okay. So, I feel like where you could connect love wise is really, I'm not 100% focusing on other people, but yes, focusing on like your lover or your love interest or people that are close to you or significant to you, like seeing what it is that they like to do, hearing them out, like supporting them. And I don't think you have a problem with that, doing that anyways, but just being mindful of that. If you want to have a connection this month, and especially when it comes to really coming back connecting to yourself, because ultimately these people that we're dealing with in relationships, they're really showing us stuff about ourselves. So everything that you need to know, you will know. Like if it's a way that you don't want to be treated, you will know, like, okay, I need to let this go. Because the second house is talking about and expressing our value, how we see ourselves. And I feel like this is something that you're really focusing on right now. And you're looking at different things that you want to see yourself become. And you want to see yourself, achieve what you want to see yourself achieve. Finances, property, really self-sustainment through your relationships that you're connecting with and having with other people. And it's really crazy. I know you could be like, what? How is that self-sustainment? Because it is. Because you could literally be in Aries to where you're just like, okay, so typically I date this type of person, but I've noticed with them, I never really got to know them. Like, it was like a whole big me showing them and putting my best foot forward and actually going after some of them out of, not that you did not like the person, but out of sheer competition. It's like I seen what I wanted and I wanted to take it. I wanted to get it. But you failed to see the value, the true value that you held within yourself, or that person, those people that you deal with failed to see it. It's like they know it, but they couldn't give or provide that. So by you taking the time to slow down and just really see what that looks like for yourself, other people can't help but to respect that and see that within you. Like, okay, yes, I'm a human being. Like, I have feelings too. I desire support. I want to be comfortable. I want to be loved at the end of the day. And some of y'all might be getting real comfortable in the love department, if you know what I'm saying. But really, overall, you're focused on your financial security. That's the biggest thing for you. Financial security. Your partner, some of you guys could be getting in a relationship or in a relationship with somebody that is bringing this to you as well. That, like, getting blessed and getting provided from somebody else, or this could be something that you're doing. But overall, you still, even with this person and these people in place, it's like you don't want to lose the sense of stability that you have within yourself. And you realize that this treatment that you want, that this value that you want, that's things that you want to accomplish and achieve, comes from you. Self-sustaining first comes from you. Taking care of yourself comes from you. Wanting this, achieving this, going after this. Now, this could be a partner of yours too that's struggling with stability. And you're just like, I can't do everything for you. But it could be coming up like that as well. And they could be receiving money or some sort of benefits or help from you. So just keep that in mind. But all in all, yeah, you're looking at your value, looking at your, self-worth. Some of you guys can make money off of selling some sort of property that you have, like having yard sales, investing inside of some type of stock or some sort of trade or something like that. You always got to be careful doing that as well. But some of you guys can be. But overall, you're really looking at ways to level up, build self-worth, build value on yourself. And this could be like some of you guys actually doing the work that it takes in order for you to acquire these things. Thank you, Aries, for joining me for this particular transit. And I would be happy and pleased to have you back. So subscribe to the channel and come on back and join me. Thank you.